So for today's video, I want to discuss a topic that has been talked by the community in the last months, especially before Karazhan and shortly after Karazhan, after people didn't like how Karazhan impacted the game, the future of competitive Hearthstone and how it's gonna look like. And it was mostly talked on the subreddit, the fact that Hearthstone is like a casual game and it had no place in the competitive environment and it shouldn't be a competitive game. I mean, first of all, let me just debunk that and give you my opinion on why that's not right. So, first of all, it's a card game. Even if you play for fun, you still want to win. You're not gonna like want to lose. Also, like if you look at the ladder system, it encourages winning and not just playing, just to play your shitty decks. Most of the people on ladder also like net deck from pro players, and people that watch tournaments mostly watch tournaments for the decks. I really think that even if Hearthstone was not meant to be a competitive game in the first place, I don't see how that impacts it nowadays. Like, I think that if you're like a good gaming company or a good game designer, you should adapt on the fly according to what the community wants/needs. And I think Blizzard is trying to do that in a way, because we see them investing a lot more money in competitive Hearthstone, and we see them trying to like organize very big events and even like a big circuit of events called HCT, the Hearthstone Championship Tour. And that kind of shows that they care about competitive Hearthstone. Also, like the latest Tavern Brawl, they want to show that they care a bit about the competitive players. Maybe they didn't have the best approach for the competitive brawl, for a Tavern Brawl, but still, Tavern Brawl is a testing realm, so I don't mind that. Why did people have concerns in the first place with Hearthstone? I think the concerns arrived from Blizzard making Yogg-Saron, a card for example, that impacted a lot of games and makes even well-played games look just random because Yogg-Saron decided the outcome most of the time. But we see that with the Yogg nerf, they kind of don't want Yogg to be played in the competitive scene. Also, like I also think Standard is a very good step forward because not only it bridges the gap and allows people that just start the game to get the collection in like not that much time or without that much spending on the game. It also keeps the meta fresh, and if they make one mistake in implementing a card or like balancing, they can like it automatically fixes itself, like Shredder, Dr. Doom, and all that crap that we have from GVG. Having said that, I think Blizzard can still do some better things in the future to like make Hearthstone great again, to say it like that, with the very well-known meme on the internet. But I do believe that if Hearthstone gets the following things, it's gonna be like a way better competitive game and the competitive scene is gonna flourish. I think Hearthstone needs a team league and an individual league, but not more than one. I think not having a team league and not having an individual league is or are, I don't know, whatever, is one of the reasons why the competitive scene has been a bit down this year. Last year, 1 year before this year, everybody was doing team leagues or individual leagues, and because of that, people lost interest because they're not special anymore. And other than ATLC, the viewers didn't really care about that many team tournaments that some third parties wanted to do on a very low budget and without that many prizes. And that way we saw that if you want to do a league, you should like also invest some decent prizes if you want top teams and top players to participate. But yeah, I think Hearthstone would really need a league, or a league for teams and for eventually players, because Hearthstone is a card game and playing every single week can be very beneficial for the game. We see right now the Celestial League is going on, but it doesn't have that many players. It only has like 12 players, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, 12 players. And they have quite some viewers. They have some weird formats, but we can talk about that in another video. Another thing that they should do is they should be very careful when they're balancing the next expansions and adventures to not make some of the mistakes that it already did with like Yogg-Saron or some of the cards from Karazhan, which are like either way too filler, like you couldn't play them in any deck, so they're just like useless cards in your deck, or way too powerful in Shaman and way too weak in Priest, let's say. So they gave like the best classes, the best cards, and so on, and that was pretty weird to say the least. But I really think that if Blizzard manages to like nail 2 content pieces in a row, the community is gonna be super happy. Also, like I see a lot of people saying like, oh, StarCraft is dying, so Hearthstone will also die too. But I think the difference between Hearthstone and StarCraft is that it's super hard to start playing StarCraft today and get at a decent level, a level where you'd play this, where you'd even watch the scene or play in the scene. That would be almost impossible. Whereas Hearthstone grabs a lot of new players every single day. Yeah, they also lose some of the player base, but at the moment, as long as they put all the effort into getting fresh players into the game, and they can do that with good content and with like nice rewards and like a good game overall, I really think that the scene will always exist because there will always be tournaments, because there are always viewers that watch those tournaments. One other thing that I can suggest is making either the ladder to be similar to tournament play or tournament play to be similar to ladder. Making tournament play to be similar to ladder is weird, and I think the best way to do it is with the format I suggested, with no class ban, but banning matchups. The thing is that banning matchups is probably the smallest modification you can make to not make such a big discrepancy between ladder and tournament play, while banning a class is like a huge deal. Now, how can you make ladder like tournaments if you want to keep the class ban? My suggestion is, and I'll probably have another video on this topic, a ladder with a ban. I really think that a ladder with a ban could work for what Hearthstone wants to do. And I think that even players like at the lower ranks would benefit from that. I think everybody has like a class that they hate at some point and they can just ban it and queue. The way it would work would be something like when you choose your deck and click play, it props up a screen with all the 9 classes and tells you click one class that you don't want to face / ban or something like that. And you click on that, ban it, and you don't face that class in the next match. And the system wouldn't be that difficult to like match players. Like each player will have like a request of one class they don't want to face. So the system just matches 2 people that don't have this issue. You'll say, yeah, some people will have longer queuing times if they play a deck like Shaman that is often banned, and when they will find a game, they will find a counter. But is there really that great of a counter to Shaman? Like, I really think that because every single deck has a lot of good matchups and a lot of bad matchups, no deck will be absolutely broken, or more broken than it currently is on the actual ladder. So I think that the downsides of the ladder with a ban are also downsides of the ladder normally. I will do a special video about this topic if you guys are interested, and I will go in depth and try to predict how this kind of system would work out. And we can discuss it further, but that's what I think, something that probably will not happen. What we can do is just see how the format I suggested would work, because I think that format having a very small difference between ladder play and tournament play might get more people to watch tournaments and more people to play, excited to play tournaments, because right now Conquest is, in my opinion, a very bad format, and as a player it discourages you to play, discourages you to like try hard to like make a super solid lineup. There's like very little preparation required in Conquest tournaments compared to like other formats, and yeah, it's just something I don't want to see. And I don't think the viewers like Conquest that much either. As you can see, they pretty much complain about the lack of variety from the BlizzCon deck lists. But yeah, I really don't think Hearthstone is gonna die. I think it's not in the best shape ever, but if Blizzard, it's all in Blizzard's hands. If Blizzard are gonna like do some good things for the game, as we see that they started just doing now, I think the game still has a chance to flourish and even gain more popularity than it reached the peak like 1 year ago. And yeah, that's my thoughts on it. And looking forward to the next expansion. If it's good, then it's a very good step forward. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day.